Hi, I'm Delta and welcome back to Goddess of Play. If you've been doing robotic affirmations and not seeing fast results, this is the secret that I finally figured out when I got $100,000 to instantly manifest. And you know how I did it? I realized that the law of attraction and the law of assumption are not enemies. So if you've been seeing them as, oh, you got to quit one law and go to the other law, you got to try this law because it's faster, because it works better, you're not seeing it, because it's the masculine and feminine aspects of the same law. And once you get both of them in balance, that's when you get things to manifest instantly. Think of a manifestation as a birth. You can't have a birth with just the masculine. You can't have a birth with just the feminine. If you want something to take physical form, you need masculine and feminine energy. You need to both assume and attract, or align. You need to both decide and receive. So I'm going to talk to you some more about how you can use both the sides of the law to speed up your manifestations. If you've only been doing robotic affirmations, think about what that actually means. Think about how that can make you feel. You're just saying something over and over and over again, which is essentially choosing it, right? But you're not. For me, that's the masculine. You're kind of rewiring your mindset. You're choosing something that you want. It's very like going out there. It's getting it. But where is the feminine? Where? Because the feminine receives. The feminine gets. The feminine gets things. The feminine doesn't have to go work for things in the same difficult way. Where men would have to go out there and hunt, a woman has to nurture a baby, right? So where is that nurturing aspect to yourself, where you're feeling good, where you're playing? That's why when you do both, that's when I feel you have the fastest results. And that's kind of where when I first found Sammy Ingram and I found affirmations and I found this very more, I guess in a way, more masculine aspect, things really turned around for me, because I guess I was just naturally more in the feminine. But what are you more naturally in? And what do you think you might need to work on? Because sometimes, and it could depend on the manifestation, you could be really indecisive actually at your core. You haven't made your choice in a way. You might be saying, I want that guy to do that thing, but there's a lot of stories you're also saying at the same time that are contradicting that. So in that case, you do need to affirm. You do need to do masculine energy focused work to help you decide in a very clear way. Claim that thing for yourself. But if you already feel like, you know what, I have claimed it, I have worked through my issues, there's nothing that's really scaring me about it, about achieving this thing or having this thing. It doesn't feel scary. It feels safe. It feels like it's meant for me. If you are in that state, then you've already decided. So you don't necessarily need to keep doing that deciding. What you need to do is relax, align, receive. Like, let me go back to this, because I'm not sure who saw this example. The fastest way to get your manifestations is to get to a higher quantum, is to get to a higher state, right? When we get to our manifestations, we're not changing anything. We're shifting to a state where our manifestation already exists. So once we've decided, we need to use the feminine aligning to shift ourselves to that place. But the difficulty some people have is, well, then how do I shift myself? Because I'm seeing stuff around me I don't like, and I'm noticing things I don't like. And it's those strong feelings that you're having towards it that grip you, that are holding on. Like, look at it this way. Let's say these are two states. This orange state, now this is assuming that you're wanting to work on the feminine, aligning, receiving phase, right? If you think that that's what you need to work on. Let's say the orange state is the state where you don't have your manifestation. Let's say the red state is the state where you do have it. So I'm even struggling to show you this right now, because it's really hard to hold two at the same time, and it's hard to like actually be on one. You can't really hold two at the same time. So if I wanted to really hold this red one with my full fingers, the way you would actually be in a state, I need to let go of this one. Now I'm holding the state. Now it's mine. Now I've got my manifestation. But I can't, when I'm holding this, it's not exactly, I'm not fully having the one that I want. So that's why I talk about, you need to letting go is essentially just letting go of this one so you can have this one. So you let go of the state that you're in when you're not seeing the thing you want, where you are seeing stuff and you're like, I don't want that particular thing. You let that go by releasing your feelings on it. And that's often more about a softening than a gripping, right? Because if we're gripping, we're actually holding tighter to it rather than letting it go. We just let it go. The first step, the law of assumption step, I'm calling it, the deciding step, we pick up the new state. We're deciding, okay, I want this state. But in order to get that state, you need to let go of this state. So think of it as like monkey bars or some sort of scenario where you kind of have to let go of that one to get to the next. You have to let go of that one to get to the next. So when you might have decided, but have you let go of the one you're on so you can align yourself with the one you want to get to? That's the more of the feminine receiving step. And that's why I try to get you guys to relax so much of the time, because think about what happened with my hand. I just relaxed it, right? Like, it really wasn't much work to just go from like, it's all limp. Like, it's limp, it's not doing anything. So that's kind of how it feels to let go of the thing you don't want. It's not exactly that same level of work, like assumption, like I have the thing I want, I have the thing I want, I have the thing I want. It's not like that difficult work. That's more of the deciding. When we let go of something that we don't want, it's just like a relaxing. It's I'm letting my hand go limp. Okay, whatever. I'm okay with it. I don't like how this is, but I'm fine. I'm okay with it. And in that being okay with it, we are able to let that one go so that we can pick up the new thing. And the easiest way that I found to align yourself with that new state, where your manifestation is sometimes you don't have to do direct work towards that manifestation at all. You can align, you can receive by doing anything at all that makes you feel better, by writing fiction, by playing a video game, by doing something that feels authentically you. Like me making this video, I'm having a good time. I got some green matcha I'm drinking here. So whatever it is that makes you feel better. And let me give you a real example, because I know you want your manifestation. So let's say you've been trying to get a job. Like I saw this one in my comments. You've been trying to get a job for a long time. Let's say it's been years even, and you've been applying and you're just not getting the thing that you want. I've had a client where I told him that to take a break from it and relax and go do something else that was fun. And in that time where he was doing something else that was fun, that's when he got a call from someone that he had applied to a year ago saying, oh, you know what? We finally decided to call you back. It was in that space of relaxation that happened. There's even other scenarios where the relaxation itself directly leads to the manifestation, where here's another example. When I first wanted to get married, I could have done a bunch of stuff where I was like, I needed to go and review partners, maybe go on a dating site, maybe do like active work towards that. But I actually met my partner by doing something completely different. I was out having fun. And then I met a friend, and that friend led me to another friend, and that friend led me to him. So it was like a long trail of following things that I found fun that actually led me to the things I wanted, the responsible stuff. That if I had, let's say, been pursuing that directly, I wouldn't have received, because you don't have to do quite so much work with the feminine, with this receiving step. It's about learning to get things. It's about learning to be served things. It's about learning to go enjoy your life, because things are being provided for you by the universe. Look at this beautiful blue sky. Look at the sunshine. Like, there's so much around us that is being provided to us every single day. And when we see that, when we start getting into the flow of that, of I am provided for. You know what? I'm okay. I'm actually okay. I want that thing, but I don't need it. And then when you get into that detached, I don't care, that kind of zone, that's when you feel like, okay, you know, I'm happy about this, and you're totally fixated on something else. Like, I'm planting my petunias today in my garden. And it's while you're doing that something magical happens. And often I found that when you're doing those things that you enjoy, especially when you do them with other people, that's when it really seems to bring about the magic. So the law of assumption, the law of attraction are not enemies. Do your alignment, do things that make you happy. Let go of the timelines and states that you don't want by releasing it, and moving to the states you do want by enjoying. And when you're in a state where you're enjoying, then say your affirmations. Then do your focused work. Then do aligned action. Then do things that are more direct, that are pursuing, that are rewiring your mindset, that are taking action in this world, masculine energy focused things. But don't forget, the feminine is important. And if you want to give birth to your manifestations, you need both. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.